Chess is a two-player strategy board game played on a checkered board with 64 squares arranged in an 8x8 grid. The game is played by millions of people worldwide. Chess has its own set of rules that everyone follows, but there are other ways to play. The first way is the one I like to call squash chess. Squash chess involves one set of pieces going up right to the next set of pieces. So starting from the squashed side, you have the back rank, then the pawns, then your opponent's pawns, then your opponent's back rank, and then 4 rows of empty space behind them. In this version of chess, the squashed person is at a disadvantage as they have nowhere to move to. However, instead of having your normal back rank with the rooks on the outside and the king and queen in the middle, the squashed person gets to move around his pieces as to stop a checkmate from happening in the first move. Modern chess has one rule that is added to the game. When you are capable of taking one of your opponent's pieces, you can choose to either take the piece or snipe the piece. When you snipe a piece, you simply remove it from the board, but you do not move your piece into its place as you do when taking. This adds for some interesting new strategies when playing modern chess. The third is reverse chess. In reverse chess, the object is not to checkmate the king as in normal chess, but to actually lose all of your pieces. To make it so pieces can actually be taken, some of the rules are changed. For instance, if you can take one of your opponent's pieces, you have to take it. That's the only thing you can do in that turn. Build-up chess involves starting with the board completely clear of pieces. Then, white starting first, each player takes one of their pieces and places it on the board, starting with the king, then placing the pawns, then the rooks, then the knights, then the bishops, and lastly, the queen. Each player can place his pieces on his half of the board anywhere within that half of the board. The players do not have to follow any setup requirements other than that. Once all the pieces are placed, the players start playing as if it was a normal game of chess, with the exception that the pieces are in different places. Middle chess is very similar to squash chess, with the exception that both players are in the middle, leaving 2 open ranks behind each player's pieces. Also, the players do not switch up the back rank pieces. They just leave them as they would be set up normally for normal chess. Seventh is the 8-pawn challenge. The challenge is to place 8 pawns on an empty chessboard without any 2 pawns being in the same rank, file, or diagonal. Trust me, it's harder than you think. The last form of chess involves a randomized back rank, where each person can mess with the back rank as much as they want, moving pieces in whatever configuration they wish to have. One thing they have to note, though, is that one bishop has to be on a black square and one bishop has to be on the white square. That's the only restriction. Then you play chess as if it were normal.